Staff Sergeant Turner sponsors Sergeant Ward to be inducted into the Corps of Non-Commissioned Officers.
Advance into the Corps of the Non-Commissioned Officer.
Cobra Strike! I'm PFC Barnes, and you were just watching a clip of the NCO induction ceremony.
And I'm Specialist Cobb, and welcome to the 5th edition of the Cobra Strike News. The Cobra Strike Battalion has been busy this past month with events, ceremonies, and even a visit from the RSEC Commander, Lieutenant General Michael Garrett.
To ensure our children's children have a future.
Being one of the Army's biggest traditions, the 143 ADA Battalion recently inducted 30 NCOs into the Corps of the Non-Commissioned Officers. The ceremony began with the lighting of the NCO spirits, the gold, red, white, and blue, each symbolizing something different.
The newly promoted NCOs then passed under the NCO archway, leading into the reciting of the NCO charge, and completing the ceremony with the creed of the non-commissioned officer.
The ceremony was well performed and was quite an inspiration to the junior enlisted soldiers that were present for the induction ceremony.
To the Corps of Non-Commissioned Officers. Advance into the Corps of the Non-Commissioned Officer. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Sergeant Jackson,
Will discharge carefully and diligently
will discharge carefully and diligently
the duties of the grade
the duties of the grade
to which I have been promoted,
to which I have been promoted,
and uphold the traditions
and uphold the traditions
and standards of the Army.
and standards of the Army. I will strive to remain technically and tactically proficient. I am aware of my role as a non-commissioned officer. I will fulfill my responsibilities inherent in that role. All soldiers are entitled to outstanding leadership. I will provide that leadership. I will not compromise my integrity nor my moral courage. I will not forget nor allow my comrades to forget that we are professionals, non-commissioned officers, leaders.
The 143 soldiers have participated in numerous training events and exercises throughout our time overseas.
Sergeant Covington conducted a SINGAR familiarization course in which he taught a class of Navy Security Force personnel how to load, troubleshoot, and PMCS a radio.
Soldiers were also given a chance to go through an ambulance training conducted by the Air Force Medical Unit.
You need. These are used for your long-range radios. Same issue with this. If this is broke, you want to push your radio signal. You probably won't get noticed if somebody comes in and like, hey, I'm not hearing you way out here. They won't tell you nothing, you just write it doesn't work.
The ambulance training that was provided by the Air Force was very good. It was a good refresher for the medics, also for the personnel that had attended. It just gave us a general knowledge of the vehicles. Those medics we know, the person who did not see the equipment, see where it's placed in the ambulance, they actually showed an example of how to pull a patient out using a KED leader when they're seated properly. So it's good for them to at least experience that.
These training events gave our troops the opportunity to not only expand their knowledge in the Army, but to also interact with other branches of the military. Recently, the RSEC Commander paid a visit to the 143 Battalion and made his way throughout the footprint to interact with many soldiers at their work location, as well as having lunch with several members of the Cobra Strike Battalion.
All right, I'll tell you what then. You know what? I'm going to give it to you. Thanks, Chief. Appreciate everything. I know we got one more tent to go to, but I like people that win stuff.
We are truly thankful for your visit.
And we wish to see you again soon.
Ways to pass by the time. Me personally, I prefer the gym.
When it comes to completing the mission, the soldiers of the Cobra Strike Battalion are experts in getting the job done. But when there is free time, it's game on. From batting cages, to Jenga, to sports tournaments, and much more, the Cobra Strike Battalion has made a lasting impression and has made the best of this deployment.
Down. This is tough. It is teetering.
No, oh my God.
For our last story, Battalion EO Representative Sergeant First Class Avalos coordinated the Black History Month celebration. Many members of the Air Force and Army showed their talents in front of an audience in support of the cultural awareness.
It'll be a dystopia. Langston asked, what happens to a dream deferred?
Will we dry up like a raisin in the sun or fester like a sore? Because it seemed like yesterday when Rosa rightfully refused and rebelled from the rear, only to watch Mae Jemison take flights into heights unknown. Sam may not have known what's up there beyond the skies. He may not have known what's up there beyond the skies until they hear you. But he knew a change was gonna come because
emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Number ourselves to wear our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long must they kill our prophets while we stand aside in love? Some say it's just a part of it. Got to fulfill the book.
How are we willing to invest in wasting time? How about we spend some time investing our minds in things that edify, like music that make you feel good about feeling good. Songs that make you want to write songs. Songs that inspire you to dream on despite what reality seems. Paint pictures of hope in hopeless situations. Inspiration to give rise to an enterprise and creativity. Arouse my can-do ability like Moses when he spoke to Pharaoh.
Guest speaker Chief Master Sergeant Ainsley M. Gordon delivered a message for the audience in attendance about coming together and continuing the fight to bring peace and tolerance within our country and the world.
With their accomplishments and with deep gratitude to all who gave themselves so freely, for some even to the point of death. We look back and we say thank God for their selfless sacrifice, for their courage, for their determination, their willpower, their perseverance, and their labor of love. Their footprints are forever ingrained in our nation's history. The torch has been passed to us and to future generations, not just African Americans, but Latinos, for whites, for all Americans, to ensure that Dr. Martin Luther King's dream never dies.
Thank you for watching the 5th edition of the Cobra Strike News.
Cobra Strike, Team First.